There is double parking, triple parking, and they block the road. And then if you ask them to go further, they will say why.
Going on the road itself is very scary. Okay. You say your prayers, maybe even all your sacraments, everything you take before you go, because you don't know whether you will come back home or not. Only when you are dying, your statistics come there. There are so many accidents taking place which are just compromised in the cop station.
Nobody did the testing of this drug. They say alcoholic, because when they take drugs and if you go for alcoholic test, so it doesn't show this thing.
Is the blood on the roads is the issue that we are talking about.
Yes.
And we cannot trivialize this issue.
You cannot.
It is a serious issue, but the administration of the day simply is not doing its work.
Hello and welcome to the second part of GOA365 Story Behind the Story on accidents. For those who have joined us late, a quick intro. Sauter Bab D'Souza, social activist. Vincent Bab Rizoro, senior journalist. Advocate Siola was advocate and politician. And Elvis Bab Gomes from the Congress. Yeah, Siola, whatever we've been discussing, whether it's a conspiracy, whether it is the administration, whether it is the government, whether it is the politician, whether it is the signages, whatever it might be, but the number of road accidents and fatalities and rash and negligent driving and parking issues, it's going on increasing. Nothing is stopped.
Yes.
It's just keeping on increasing.
Rash and negligent driving is a punishable offence, but why it doesn't get punished? Now what happens is, if you are if there is an FIR against you for rash and negligent driving under IP, whatever the old IPC was, now BNS, and also under Motor Vehicles Act 1988, the maximum you have a fine which you pay. That imprisonment aspect and all, forget about it. So when there is a fine that you pay, there is no other damages envisaged under criminal law. Then what happens is, which we have seen several times, innumerable number of times, and even I think you all must have had friends who have met with small accidents on the road sometimes, not big ones. You would have seen that the moment you are landing up at the police station, you are thinking that the offender you will have some FIR, there will be a complaint and there will be some kind of criminal action against this offender. But you would have immediately discovered that nothing can happen, because your car is not going to get damages, you are not going to get paid anything, there is not going to be any payment to you. The moment you have realized that, you would rather take some compensation, because no injuries are there, you would rather take some compensation and move on.
Direct.
Yes. This is a little bit, I couldn't say the failing of law, because criminal law operates separately. You always have the option of going civilly for damages and all, but who would do that? Because you have to pay a court fee, you have to pay a lawyer. And so it becomes most sensible on the spot to take your some 1,000 rupees and move on. So that is, I think, why the figure is heavily underreported, as Elvis has pointed out. These are just plain accidents, which are rash and negligent, but you will not find FIRs for that. Now where there are injuries, there yes, there are FIRs, because there those victims would have to later on go to the claims tribunal and get some damages. So where there are injuries and death, that figure you see reflecting. But where there is plain rash and negligent driving, there is no good reporting of the same. Now we have seen, apart from, we'll come to the tourist aspect also, but even our Goan people itself, it is not that people do not drink and all, and it is found that young people, even not older people mostly, but I think young people, there is rash and negligent driving with and under the influence of substances, either alcohol or otherwise. And there was one case in Maina Kurtori police, under Maina Kurtori police station, where one young accused person by the name Nathan Menezes is alleged to have mowed down a couple, husband and wife, and they have a 10-year-old daughter who is now she must be 12 or 11 or 12, and she is orphaned. And that became a very sensitive issue for so many Goans, because soon thereafter, or just before that, one other male individual, young, was responsible allegedly for mowing down 2 cops. And then there was some circulation of his voice recording allegedly, which was taken in the police station, where he was enjoying samosas and he was feeling very proud and atrociously arrogant about the whole thing. So there is a sense of ownership over Goa. Goans have a sense of ownership over Goa, as sir has earlier pointed out, kings of the road. So So this aspect is there only among the people. There is a civil responsibility which the people are not owning up to, and maybe the parents also of these young persons, maybe they can do better. I don't know, I cannot comment on the parenting aspect. Now coming to the tourist aspect, while we may say that they are irresponsible, this, that, they do come to Goa for a certain release. They do come to Goa for their vacation. This vacation, unlike some older European people, they like to relax on the beach, but the young people come for fun. And we are providing that fun also. We have clubs, we have casinos, we have cheaper alcohol, alcohol that sells cheap. So they come for that. It is sold also that way, and they want it also that way. This is the place in India where all this happens. Another place is Daman, but there are no clubs. So you will find that in Daman also Gujarati youth come, Maharashtrian youth come, and there also all this bonnet beer drinking takes place.
Yeah.
And here it takes place. And I don't know whether it is there in Delhi and all. Same kind of relaxation is there in Gangtok, in some other places in the northeast, but the lawlessness is not there, because there those people do respect their hills. Hill people from the hills, they have a different sense of discipline. We may be lacking that in some aspect, but I think that we do need to make it a little easier for the tourists. They are going to come here for fun, and we have to understand and actually accommodate them a little bit, not for lawlessness, but to keep them protected, which is why some infrastructure which allows them to hire cabs at a slightly lesser cost, so that they are not exposed to the roads drunk, and so that we are not exposed to them being drunk. Because many cops have told me that, whether it is true or not, I don't know, but many cops have told me that Goans handle alcohol differently than outsiders. I don't know.
That's nonsense.
I don't know.
That's a myth.
So since the outsiders are there, and we are enjoying the benefits of their cash inflow also, so we have to make it a little bit easy for them. We have to make it safe for them. We have to make it safe for us. So just like how, in Mumbai, when the horse carts were made illegal, then the courts had told the government to come up with a rehabilitation plan. So you give them 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs and make them change their stream of income. Same way, if our taxi brothers are having difficulty to move on to apps, some kind of rehabilitation plan would have helped this transition, but the transition has to happen, but with a rehabilitation plan. So this will help protect the tourists, it will help protect us. We also want to ride bikes. I am not riding a bike because I am thinking somebody will bang me from behind. We want to ride bikes because it's enjoyable, it's easy, it's fast, and Goa used to be bike friendly, it is not right now.
Today
and our women, our elderly citizens, they want to ride bikes, it's becoming very harrowing for them. So if government can bring in something where there is rehabilitation for taxi drivers, that will be the solution, I feel. In Himachal Pradesh, offences where there is drunk driving are non-bailable offences. Here they are bailable offences.
Most places in the world, except probably.
So we need to bring a state amendment to effect it as non-bailable, so that when there is an arrest, immediately in your mind also all the people start learning. The learning process starts. But I am continuing.
So actually, what the transport minister was some time back talking, the responsibility of the
Parents.
the bar owners to
That is ridiculous.
no, that is there abroad. In some places it is there. In US and all it is there.
Some states it is there.
It is
but,
there.
we may not be
Okay.
able to enforce. We can't enforce
This
from
only.
here in the
This
city.
only.
It's not we are going to enforce.
And many times if it doesn't happen in some countries, the liability is on the bar, their license gets cancelled. Okay, if the person drinks, they have not sent him with a hired. You have cabs which are there for emergency and all those sort of things. So if it is not done, the onus is on the bar.
Right now there is onus on the bars also to ensure that traffic does not generate outside their bars. There is a condition to the
Yes,
trade license,
yes.
but it's not
Not
possible.
And now with all the
I'll just make a point. I'm more on the preventive side of it.
I think
That is
preventive
getting
is,
skilled,
because implementation has basically
The
failed in
statistics
India.
again say that almost 70% of the fatalities are on two-wheelers. And two-wheelers are vulnerable. They are exposed directly to deaths and injuries. Licensing is a big issue. Very big issue. How licenses are granted. See, today, knowing when you take a bike, and these bikes, as Satyara said, are high-powered bikes now. Now those days are gone, very Luna and those 25 That slow riding, decent riding, disciplined riding, those days are gone. Everybody wants to vroom, vroom. So in the circumstances, at the time of licensing, there has to be a good theoretical, classes before actually you take to the roads. Our time was okay. We used to be told to do 1.8 with a scooter, and that was enough for us to get a license, but not anymore. So one is licensing, Secondly, now everywhere in the news about cash for jobs. So people who actually are in the administration getting these kind of jobs by paying. Again, that reflects here. See, you
It
don't
reflects
you know.
here.
How are they going to recover?
Yeah, no. There is
That's
a
what
big
he's saying,
linkage.
no?
What I am trying to establish is there is a big linkage. So you may not be qualified to ride a bike or drive a car, yet there is a possibility just to get your recovery, which you have paid to get into the service. You could have been tempted. Okay, leave that aside. That having said that, then another point is, you were talking about signages and advertisements. Now this is Diwali time. You see the kind of hoardings. The politicians and so many, everybody just tries to be seen somewhere in some hoarding or some banner. And as I was now coming here from Margao, there is something called Goa Business Summit, where best
Amazing
minds,
Goa.
and what is the catchword? Best minds, business minds meet in Goa. You see the signages that are put along the national highway. Every poll center, totally illegal if you ask me. What kind of policies are we having? Totally illegal, and some of them are already bent this side and that side. See, the height from the road again is very less. So the state is creating a situation for people to die. In other words, are they blind? They cannot see? Are we the only people who can see all these things? So let us be very categorical and clear about it, that we want more and more blood of the people, that it doesn't matter to them, blood of the people to get spilled on the roads. They don't give a damn. Presently what is happening, ministers have now advanced, they are flying. Jets are parked at Dublin airport, which take them, they have their private jets these days. I don't know.
Local ministers?
Local ministers.
Are you serious?
Somebody told me maybe they are doing campaigning, but the fact is whatever they do, they no more use the roads also. Now they have gone the benchmark, they have set a new benchmark for themselves. This is the truth of the matter. I am telling you, you go and check in Dublin airport, there are planes that are
have to check
parked
this.
to take them at short notice. Utaya, gaya. See, this is the whole problem that we are facing, that we are not concerned about the people. They may be local people, they may be tourists, or they may be anybody. So long as a human being is there on the road, it is our bounden duty collectively to see the lives are protected on the road. And then that brings me to another point. The design of the roads is a very, very important and sensitive subject. I am telling you, I'll give you one example. Recently I had raised this issue, and even I think the media also has fallen behind in addressing this issue. Bamboli Highway, the Bamboli stretch, the Goa Medical College stretch of the National Highway 66, my friend, the entire design has been not just changed, it has been sabotaged.
Because of some buildings?
I don't care because of whom, but it
No,
is
just
a
asking.
huge vigilance matter. Again, this
It
is
is a vigilance
matter. Why nobody is questioning?
We are-
Why is
we
the
are
government
question-
silent on this?
We have question.
Why nobody is giving answers about this?
That I don't
I think
know.
he has covered it a
Let me
little bit,
question.
no?
He has covered it time and again.
Covered it 4-5 times.
Yes.
Yes.
But there are no answers forthcoming about road designs, the quality of the
No,
roads.
there are
Quality of the
questions. Sorry
roads.
to being a devil's advocate. Now here we made a big noise about the responsibility of the engineers, and the CMA said that all engineers will be held responsible and
When?
arrested, right?
Yeah,
When?
none of these arrested.
But he said.
Because, 27 contractor and 30 engineers.
Blacklisted.
was supposed to-
Then I'll conclude.
If they are arrested and
I want you to continue. I'm
There is
just
not
telling
a
you. Yeah.
single instance of action against anybody for that matter. And this is
Contractors.
one example. I am looking at the camera and telling the people of Goa, challenge the government on this National Highway 66 stretch at Goa
Bamboli.
Medical College.
What
And
about
I am
the one
ready
at
to lose
Kadamba?
anything.
That those sign, what is it? Accident वाला thing. The bail mela the
Yeah,
or thing Kadamba.
It's a junk-
What about that? That is. It's
Oh,
like
that's
crazy.
the
yaar.
the-
And
What
General
you
Junction
can't
has
see
designed that we
the-
do not know who is the, he should be given a Nobel Prize. Whoever has designed all this,
It's
road.
brilliant, very
What kind of
creative,
engineering?
very
What are we
creative.
talking about in the 21st century? We are making new roads. These are new roads.
New roads are
These are not top-ups.
No.
These are hot mix.
No.
After the Bamboli cross, did you see the thing of that turn which goes down to Sirigaon, that flyover now? This is the slope of one. So how will there are two lanes. If you are driving at speed, the car is going to come in the middle and crash into this lane.
So what
I don't
happens is,
understand.
I'm talking about another
There is
thing
no-
since you brought.
proper
The
banking.
alignment of the road.
Yeah.
Banking is
You cannot
totally-
stop people from buying vehicles
You can't.
because today the scenario is different.
But anyway, today it's
Banks are
bad. By the
giving
way,
loans.
the people are not buying vehicles.
People
There are
have the
huge
cash in
things in
hand.
the
Yeah,
Goa.
a lot, yeah, there's a
Lot
lot
of
of
it.
And high-end cars are
Inventory
coming.
is there.
Maximum number of high-end cars are coming. They are getting registered in Pondicherry,
Yeah.
but they are flying on the roads in Goa. See, a person who has more money, he will spend 60-70 lakhs on a car, but he will not pay tax in Goa. He will pay tax in Pondicherry, and he will fly in Goa. This is also our mentality in Goa. What is
And those
happening?
cars at night are parked on the road, not in their own property.
I just want to
You, since you all mentioned about Panjim, where we are sitting right now, when you don't have, when there is utter lawlessness in this very city, what do you
Capital.
expect in the rest of Goa?
I want to bring
The
you back on
governor
this.
passes that side, the chief minister passes, all the ministers pass. It's just under the nose of the police headquarters.
Got
They
it.
don't see.
Now, every highway, now we are supposed to be a very, very advanced country, right? That's what everybody says. The-
Vishwaguru, we are Vishwaguru.
Yeah, we are supposed
We are
to be
teaching
very-
the world
Yes.
lawlessness.
And among all the states in the country, Goa is supposed to be one of the top, most progressive. Its brand, it's brand Goa, it is brand everything, right? Now I just want to talk, and since you brought the highway topic, I want to say one thing on the highways. Now look at our highways. I have traveled quite a bit of the world. I'm sure you all have also traveled quite a bit of the world. I have not seen rumblers on highways. One, I have not seen rumblers on bridges. Supposed to be what is that? Some word is used, no? Some bridge, signature bridges. I have not seen rumblers. Two, there are no service lanes. How are you going to get out of the thing? The highways go through villages where the village bikes cross the highways.
Yeah.
How is this any
Cows cross the highways.
cows are there on the how is this, how can we say we are developed when these things are not taken care of? Now you blame the trucks, you blame this one, you blame that one. How is the bike allowed, a two-wheeler bike allowed to ride on the fast lane? Have you seen the highways? They don't ride on their ends, they will ride on the fast lane. Now tell me one thing, this development, these highways, I'm all for development, I'm all for highways, we all want to drive at 70, 80, we want to become autobahns, 200 and all. Hurry, but how is it that when you do your road engineering and then the minister says, no, we cannot enforce new thing, we have to put rumblers. They have got a thing from the highways authority, remove the rumblers from the highways because it is not legal. How can you do that?
Rumblers.
Now I am bringing back to you, we are talking about highways.
May be necessitated in the
No,
circumstances.
it
I do
cannot
not
be
know.
because people cannot get on the highway from the side roads. No, they
See
should be
the
service
kind
road. There
of
is no
visual
service.
pollution that we are exposed to while driving. See the kind of distraction that is caused.
Yeah.
See the kind of hoardings. Is there any limit on the kind of hoardings that we are putting?
No, that's illegal. The High Court has cracked down on that. They're supposed to remove
High
it.
Court has been cracking from 2007, boss. Sorry to say, but let's not leave too many things with the High Court. You know,
To the
High Court
courts.
is there.
We are overburdening the courts actually. We should not do
They
that.
are helping
There was
us,
an option,
but
no?
Why? Is it like High Court is going to sit over what government is doing?
Oh.
in
And
handling
every time
No,
the
we
government is
will
doing so much
we will
more than what
continue
the government
voting
is
these
doing.
incompetent sick persons to power to legislate and then expect courts to do miracles. They legislate laws and they block the executive from actually functioning. Okay, and then we want the high courts to work miracles for us.
Sound
And we
pollution, what is
repeatedly
happening?
do
High
it.
Court has been very
Correct in that one.
strict on that High Court. Sound pollution, which is happening in the
Anjuna.
northern
Yes.
belt. What is happening? Are they complying with that? No.
We elect these people and then we expect courts to do miracles.
No, but the people, Goans are throwing out 50% of the MLAs are being thrown
So
out
what?
every time.
No, that's why I am just saying and suggesting also. Let's not delve too much on the political executive because they are at a different place. Let's
Arey, but they are the
target-
rulers.
Let's
They are the
target
rulers of
people.
the state.
The
Once upon a time we had kings.
who
Once
are
upon a
drawing
time we
salary,
had
permanent
kings.
salary.
Then we had the British and
Yeah.
the Portuguese. And now we have the. If we do not get good people to govern us, who is going to govern us? Then we are the slaves are continuing the slavery. No, we have to get in good people. We have to get in people who can do the job.
That we are rejoicing in our victimhood. No,
Then we
we are rejoicing in our victimhood.
right now. Let us.
Very good point.
We are the culprits, but then we play victim.
The issue is
But we
about
like our Shakuti,
accidents
no?
and blood spillage on the roads. It is a serious issue. Whether the political executive is responsible, who is responsible, we don't care. But
Everybody
the fact
important,
is-
no?
the
What are
fact
the
is-
solutions then? Fine, if
The
you're saying
solution
you
is
don't-
this:
What?
let the people do their work.
What? Which
Let those
people?
phone calls stop. Let
Those
people
constables
see,
come from.
off the record, so many of the
We are on record, it cannot be
so many of the constabulary level are telling they are not allowed to function.
I know, I'm aware.
Then
What
One
they
more
have
thing
heads,
is
they have
that-
head of departments. What are they doing?
the head of department wanted to demolish one place in Asagam. By the
That's
way.
what. See,
Yes, yes.
Then
Anyway,
Anyway,
so
yeah.
there is a department which takes care of it, which is supposed to be the road transport
RTO
office
and
RTO,
traffic cell also.
and traffic cell. Now, since they have seen, they have the statistics, they have seen what is happening, and they are supposed to see what is happening. They need to come up with some kind of program actually. I had just checked before this program. I had seen their website and all. They have school level essay competitions, and they have drawing competitions, and they have these
Ooh,
kind
the
of
course.
things. Yeah, the central one. So they have these kind of programs which are
Awareness.
school level awareness programs. But what happens is that the children are children. When they are 18, they are something else. Apart from that, there is no responsiveness, not responsibility but responsiveness. I had seen one video in Karnataka where the RTO had taken out some kind of awareness video where they said that deaths are happening in this way, this is what you need to do, these are the blind spots, these are the things, and they spoke like this to the people. They brought out that broadcast. Our RTO, our traffic cell is not broadcasting anything to the people. Like how you all have said, on the right hand side people are riding bikes, no side lights maybe, this and that. These are all very small minor infractions, but then they amount to something big because those people die who are on the bikes. So if even the RTO can come up with some kind of broadcast to the people directly, because we don't know the rules. Some of us don't know the rules.
Many of them
Yeah,
don't know the
we don't know the rules. We don't know what that
licensing
side light button
procedure
is
They are
for.
issuing the license, the rules has not asked.
Exactly,
Rules are not
exactly.
Rules are asked.
No,
they're not
if you
asked.
go in the RTO,
They're not
see,
asked.
that is the main which government can decrease the accident. Because if you go to take the license in RTO, you don't have to even, sometimes you have to oral test or trial. You don't have to ride
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
bike, you have to just sit on the bike.
Yes.
And you give them this, you pay them, your license is issued.
You don't have to pay also.
You pay in
You don't have to
advance,
pay.
directly it goes.
You don't have to
It
pay.
goes from the
You
amount
get-
you pay the school.
no, but we are losing focus. See, it is nothing
Yeah.
to do with revenue. The government is rich enough, boss. We don't require people's money.
Government is rich enough, or politicians are rich enough.
No. Listen.
Government is broke.
All the time has it brought about any qualitative change in the behavior on the roads?
No.
It doesn't. Coercive action just doesn't.
Doesn't.
Go to
doesn't.
Munnabai film. These people have to be little proactive, as just suggested. They have to come out with lot of programs, and it cannot be just one. What week is that?
Safety week,
Road safety.
Road safety week. 1 week. Out of how many weeks in a year? 1 week. Even that particular
Twice a
week
year,
also
I
there are
think.
fatalities.
And now there's some vigilance week going on.
Vigilance
Yes.
is over. But that is a big,
And you catch school children
My
when the
final-
parents are breaking the law, the child
I
is
was going to
observing.
bring. I was waiting for you to finish. Now see.
So what new enforcement you are going to get? You are teaching in school one thing,
Correct.
and then the parents are telling, "Arey child, let's go."
I'll tell you now. When I come to office, I pass 3 schools. Right now, there are correct way, wrong way. Then there is some dividers are there. There is solid lines are there. Now the parents dropping the kids to school are coming on the wrong side. They're not wearing helmets, and like it's morning many times they were wrong side with kids behind, small kids, second standard, third standard. Tell me one thing. Then you go to school and the teacher says, children, you have to do this, you have to do that. And there's a cop standing there and these guys go straight in front. They will park, double park, triple park on the wrong side, drive on the wrong side. So if the child, see today kids are not probably of the old. They will look example and then they'll do. So whatever your teacher might tell you, if they find that there is no and you can get away with it, literally with murder, nobody's going to listen to you. Because see, I'm not talking about third person and fourth person. I am talking about I see what is happening. The parents are blatantly breaking the rules in front of the cops, and the cop gets. So why is the child going to listen to some guy, some old fuddy-duddy sitting in school and giving lectures? He's not going to listen because he say, "Kare, माझा बापू ही सारखं wrong side in वयता मरे आणि कोण काय कोण नाव कित्याक कोत्तो न्हू." You understand? Now this happened to me. Now people have come on the wrong side. There's a huge board. I know you are saying no board. Huge board. Come on the wrong side, and then when he's telling, so I asked him, why are you going on the wrong side? तू माझ्या अंगार कित्याक येलो? He's asking me. I said, तू wrong side कित्याक चलयता तू सांग म्हाका. ना हांव वयता तूं कितें करतलो आय सेड सी द थिंग इज दॅट it became very embarrassing. Why? Because you see तू ओकता तू 365 हाजे जवळ गाडी कोणा घालता म्हणून तुका मागीर कितें करतलो तू अरे the thing is today you can't even abuse these guys because they recognize nobody. The coercive side of an implementation side of policing has failed. That is the reason people think they can get away with murder.
The DG has said he is going to engage with panchayats. At least for once, somebody.
Let the panchayat take the cows off the road. Then we talk about
your life is, every citizen's life is going to be insured by the CM. That is also yours.
Are engaged.
What
has happened? We have not entrusted the responsibilities with the panchayat. We have just left because one MLA recently said they are waiting for files to come, construction files. It's not at all the issue. The issue is if you engage with them, if you put them to work, like now DG is saying that he will engage with them in what manner and how the procedurally he will do it, I do not know, but they are the in a best position to pinpoint precisely where there is a failure of road, where there are potholes, where what needs to be done, where there are cattle, everything, it's within their domain, their knowledge, which actually needs to be worked upon. They don't have the powers basically to
correct policing.
The police powers they don't have.
This it's a joint responsibility. It's a joint responsibility. I would agree because the people also see. Why you think people in the US and all follow the rules? Why? Why you think they don't speed, throw pan, all these whatever guys? Why? Because if they do, they know they'll go inside. How many phone calls you make to the local won't help you.
That is where we have failed.
Along with the rules, we need implementation. One, we need awareness, we need education, we need everything. But we also need, stick also is important. Otherwise nothing gets done. And especially in a place like India. Especially here, because here everybody has a godfather. Everybody knows the local MLA. If he doesn't know the local MLA, he knows the local MLA's driver, he knows the local MLA's peon, he knows the local MLA's cleaning lady, he knows the local MLA's somebody he knows. So this is the thing in Goa and India. It's at least in Goa they're not so blatant. You go to Delhi and all these North Indian states, without implementation and without the political class taking responsibility and Goans and locals taking responsibility and getting good people to rule, nothing is going to stop.
A policy framework of the government, because the government is actually heading towards making more roads and making more bridges and forcing us to buy vehicles, because that is the policy. They want the manufacturing sector to go ahead with making vehicles and us buying vehicles, and the thing is that they are then accommodating the roads for that, and the people are putting up their own solutions. Buying a car is a solution to the vulnerability of a bike.
Thanks Siola. Thanks Sotabab. Thanks Elvis. Thanks Vincent. I don't think this topic is ever going to get over. It's not got over into 4 sessions. I think it will continue. But anyway, this is a very important topic, and if Goans don't take responsibility for Goa, it's not going to happen. We have to take responsibility for our state. We have to take responsibility for our country. Otherwise, we'll just be cribbing and sitting in all the bars of Goa and discussing this happened, this politician did this policeman did this accident happened. No, but we have to take responsibility. It's our society ultimately. It is for us, for our future, for our kids. Anyway, thanks and keep watching GOA365.